Is facing another simmering story right now. The National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, is under fire over a conversation he had with a Russian diplomat before the inauguration. Did they discuss U.S. sanctions, and was that against the law? ABC's Gloria Rivera has the latest from our D.C. bureau. Gloria, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Dan. This is the latest in what has been a strained relationship between the U.S. and Russia. It all started after former President Obama imposed sanctions on Russia for meddling in the U.S. election. Now the National Security Advisor is under fire for his interactions with Russia after that.
This morning, top Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee are calling for National Security Advisor Michael Flynn to be investigated, some suggesting he may not be fit to serve. President Trump claiming to be unaware Flynn is under renewed scrutiny for a pair of December phone conversations with a Russian diplomat.
I don't know about it. I haven't seen it. What report is that?
Trump now saying he too will examine allegations surrounding Flynn's December 29th call to Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. The Washington Post first reporting the two discussed sanctions imposed by former President Obama that same day.
It sort of sets up this idea of was there a quid pro quo offered even before President Trump had been inaugurated.
Officials confirming to ABC News the issue was discussed in the context that the incoming administration might review the sanctions imposed over Russian interference in the presidential election. As recently as Wednesday, Flynn denying the sanctions came up at all, now saying he doesn't recall the topic coming up, but isn't completely certain.
I have talked to General Flynn. None of that came up.
Others in the Trump administration had also repeatedly denied any talk of sanctions during the calls.
There's been one call to talk about a conference in Syria on ISIS and setting up a call between President Putin and President Trump.
On Friday, Flynn reportedly making another private call to smooth things over with Vice President Mike Pence, who had vocally defended him against the accusation.
What I can confirm, having spoken to him about it, is that those conversations that happened to occur around the time that the United States took action to expel diplomats had nothing whatsoever to do with those sanctions.
All right, so Gloria, Mike Flynn, who was part of the incoming administration at the time in December, so he has discussions with the Russian ambassador. Some may be wondering, why is this potentially a big deal? It was part of the transition of power.
Well, Pence has yet to comment on Flynn's reversal. Both men were at the White House yesterday for the visit from the Japanese Prime Minister. But why is it important? Well, two reasons stand out. First, there is a law that prohibits civilians from engaging with government officials to influence policy. And remember, Flynn was technically not part of the government before the inauguration. But I'm also told observers find it odd because Flynn, as the former director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, would have known his conversations, his texts were being monitored. So why then flip-flop on what was said? Paula?
Certainly a lot of questions remain, Gloria. Thank you.